Welcome to Permission Slip Granted. We're here to have the real, raw, and sometimes tough conversations. The ones that aren't always easy to open up about, but you're not in this alone. We're walking alongside you, creating a space filled with compassion, connection, and a little bit of fun along the way.
What exactly is Permission Slip Granted?
We all met in Jay Shetty's coaching school.
A space where people can come as their authentic selves. They have a space to be vulnerable, and it's safe.
Space where people can come as they are.
For me, Permission Slip Granted is an opportunity where I get to walk alongside people.
To talk about these things and ask for support.
To hear this and know that they are not alone.
Some are going to be looking for advice. Some are just looking for somebody to walk with them. Some are looking for connection.
We're not here to judge. We're literally here to be a vessel for you to be yourself.
Change that we want to see in the world.
Copy and paste. So all of that.
Hear from our listeners.
No topic is off the table.
I am excited to unpack sex.
Oh, yeah.
The conversation of sex, that's within taboo talk. So cussing, sex, substances, spirituality, miscarriage, addiction, chronic illness, anxiety.
Write that down in our community group and, we'll come prepared.
Make some new friends.
Yeah.
That I wished I had something like this. Somebody to just walk alongside me.
Welcome to the family.
Yes.
Today, we're diving into what this space is all about, why we created it, and what we hope it brings to you. So get comfy, get curious, and let's get into it.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. We are here today to talk a little bit about what exactly is Permission Slip Granted, what this space means to each of us, and what we hope it will mean and create for all the people that come and listen to us talk. So, do you guys want me to start with what my thoughts are, or do you want to? Yeah, Hillary's like, yes. Okay.
Let's go for it.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So first of all, to give a little context, Kristen was the one who brought this up to me and was like, hey, I have this idea. I want to create a podcast. And so that's what kind of got this ball rolling. But then we took it to the four of us and said, hey, we want to do something with this. And as we were talking about what it would look like, we started throwing around names. And I think for me, that's when it took shape. All the names that were thrown around, the one that kind of landed for all of us was Permission Slip Granted. And it just resonated with me on a deep level because there have been so many times in my life where I didn't think I had permission to do something, which may sound silly to some people who maybe don't struggle with empowerment at any point in their life, but this was a big deal for me. And so what I envisioned was a space where people can come as their authentic selves. They have a space to be vulnerable, and it's safe, and they can support one another. And it's not about oversharing and just all of your life problems, right? But being able to talk about these things and ask for support in specific ways, that's kind of what I envisioned for Permission Slip Granted.
Yeah, Kylie, like I said, you opened that up so brilliantly. It was a co-collaboration between, I think, ideas and just putting everything into like one pot to figure out like, how do we make this something that's actually going to impact people in a way, because we all met in Jay Shetty's coaching school. We all connected in one way, shape, or another, but I feel like it was the after is when we really opened up our relationship and we were like, wow, we have such a different energy that we all bring, different dynamics, different backgrounds, different journeys, but we all have that same root of, I want to help.
Mm-hmm.
I want to help people connect with the struggles that I overcame. And not only that, like, I like that you talked about like giving it a space where people can come as they are, because that is what coaching has taught me. And I'm sure it's taught you guys all as well, is we're not here to judge. We're literally here to be a vessel for you to be yourself, for you to come and co-collaborate with us. And I think for me, my hope was like this idea of like, oh, I want to do a podcast because I love giving advice. And that was like my way of like feeling that, oh, I want to give advice, but I can't do that while I'm coaching. So maybe I can have some empowerment voice in a space. And then it just like took a life of its own. And I think for me, my hope for this space is not only to continue to grow because I learn every step of the way with you guys. I gain something from the conversations that we're having. And my hope is that our listeners are gaining something along the way too by listening to us unpack topics that people don't typically talk about, right? Or we're afraid to talk about it. I mean, there's like the level of shame in
Mm,
our world today and the lack of confidence and the loneliness, like all these things come up for me. And I just, if we can change one person's life, this will be all worth it for me.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that you said that. I want to piggyback off of that. I hate that loneliness is such an epidemic nowadays, and I can relate to that. And I love this space, and I want people to hear this and know that they are not alone, that they don't have to commit suicide. They don't have to end their life. They don't have to do any of that. They can come here. There's other humans that want to connect, and that want to make a difference in the world. And I hope that this is a snowball effect, all these conversations that we're having, that will affect someone else and in return affect another individual and will be the change that we want to see in the world.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, I would say copy and paste all of that. I mean, that's exactly what I envisioned, but I feel like if I were to delve into it a little bit more, I think for me, it wouldn't be giving advice. It would be more so supporting and like nurturing. And I think two big aspects of my life where I think about permission and, granting yourself permission was becoming a mom and where you completely lose your identity as just a regular woman or human. And then you think, oh my God, I can't do this anymore because I am now a mom, or I shouldn't do this anymore because I'm a
Mhm.
mom. I really feel like it took me so long to work through that. And I wish I had given myself permission because you become isolated and sad and anxiety creeps in. And then I think after that, with going through the menopause journey, ah, it was so isolating and I became so lonely within that journey and scared and confused that I wished I had something like this, somebody to just walk alongside me. So for me, permission slip granted is an opportunity where I get to walk alongside people and I have people like you guys to walk alongside me. And I love that.
Yeah. I wanted to hop in here and say I love the different pieces that we all want to bring, you know? So like advice isn't really your jam, Hillary, but Kristen loves it, right? And there's going to be, that's the same way for our listeners. Some are going to be looking for advice. Some are just looking for somebody to walk with them. Someone are looking for connection, right? So it's like, it's beautiful that with all of our experiences, all of our desires, and all of the ways that we want to help, it comes together in this beautiful package to just amplify how many people we can help.
Totally. And I think too, it's like I love when I need advice, I know I can go to Kristen. And people coming into this community will also learn that. And if they want just somebody, to talk to who's not going to give advice, they can come to me or, Sydney, Kylie, everything that we have to offer. So it's just so incredible that I know that I have you girls and I would just love that for more women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I also want to say that like this for me, this space that we're creating, it's not just for us, but it's for everybody who's on the journey with us. I literally want to say, welcome to the family,
Yes.
because that's what I feel like we're creating this like space of compassion and who else can you be the most vulnerable with is your family, right? And those are the people that are going to have the most grace for you. And I just want to invite that. And there's no wrong answer, there's no wrong topic. And we invite everyone to bring their voice to us. We have a website. It's permissionslipgranted.com. There's a form on there. You can actually ask to be a guest. You can send us your story. There's a phone number you can call and give us a voice message to unpack. As for life coaches who are going to extend that compassion, and maybe there'll be a little advice giving, maybe there'll be that connection, maybe there's going to be somebody to hold our hand along the way. But yeah, we want to hear from our listeners. That I think for me is my goal in the future, is just to get more people to bring us topics that, or they're, hey, there's a topic that I'm dealing with that we're talking about, and they can bring us their voice. So I hope we can see more of that in the future.
Absolutely. I think on top of the other pieces we already talked about, some of the things that the four of us also do with our clients, with each other, is challenge, right? Because we can't grow if we aren't uncomfortable. I know people don't want to hear that, but like change just doesn't happen inside your comfort zone. That's just not how it goes. So that challenge from a place of compassion and non-judgment, right? I think that's one thing that we give. And crap, I already forgot the next one. So we're just going to move on and just keep it real, people.
Well, I would say to the next one, Kylie, like no topic is off the table. If you feel like something's too taboo to talk to your friends about, like bring it.
Yeah.
Nothing is off limit.
Yeah. Kylie, do you have our list open or in
I
front
was
of you?
going to pull it up on my phone, but I didn't want to be distracted. So you guys talk for a second and I will totally pull it up on my phone. Just give me a minute here.
Yeah. Do any of you have a topic that you're excited to unpack that you know that like is on the agenda ahead of us?
I am excited to unpack sex.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. I think we all have such a different, like even just like us talking and collaborating on our topics, like that topic alone, we all have such a different space to provide for
Yes.
so many different layers there. So yeah, that is coming up. So yeah.
What about you,
Kristen?
For me, I think the thing that I'm just excited for is not any specific topic. It's just that we get to talk about topics, and that we get to talk about them in a way that we may have like not like I can't say that like I can sit around a table and unpack deep conversations with all of my friends. So I thrive on deep connection. Like that is my jam, that is my space. And so what I'm excited is to actually dig deep into each topic and the whys. Like I love those whys. Like the neuroscience of things, the scientific behavior, the why the humans are doing these things. So I love to explore that side of things on every topic that we have on the agenda. I love that.
What about you, Hillary? What's one that you're excited to talk about?
Well, kind of like Kristen, I love getting into the nitty gritty. I truly do. I'm with Sydney on the talk about sex just because I feel like it's a topic that women shy away from so much. And I think it's something we all need to just open up, like to be as normal as talking about dropping your kid off to school.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about women's relationship with money.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I do have the list up in front of me. So in that month, so what we plan to do is to have one overarching topic for a month and then break it down into a couple of different conversations within that month. So for the conversation of sex, that's within taboo talk. So cussing, sex, substances, spirituality, these things that are absolutely a part of most of our lives in one way or another that just kind of get pushed to the side. But some of our other topics for months that we will then, break down some more, getting unstuck, silent battles. I think that's probably one I'm excited to tackle because there are so many people, not just with loneliness, but that are suffering silently with some of these big things. Like that month would be miscarriage, addiction, chronic illness, anxiety, right? Those are really big things that affect a lot of people and they don't get talked about.
Yeah.
Solo parenting, unlearning, those are just a couple of, the months that we have planned. So if something has sparked your brain and you're like, oh, these ladies, they need to unpack and fill in the blank, please let us know. We'd love to have your suggestion.
Yeah, and I'm going to redirect to our website again because permissionslipgranted.com, we have a section on there on upcoming topics. So if there's something that you want to look at and see what's ahead of the schedule, we have listed I think I have 4 months of topics listed of what categories we're diving into. So yeah, just come around, stick around and join us for our ride. See where we go and we'll take you with us.
Yeah, don't be afraid to comment like on a topic that you want to talk about, maybe a subtopic within the topic. Please like write that down in our community group and we'll come prepared.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good point, Sydney, that we do have an online community that we're building so that you can have not just the connection with our podcast, our YouTube channel, and our Instagram feeds, but have a place to talk to other listeners, right? So it's not just
Yeah.
hearing from us four, it's from hearing from
Mhm.
people all around the world.
Yeah.
Make some new friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You got 4.
Yeah.
Awesome,
All right.
ladies.
Well, is
Thank
there
you.
anything else that we want to talk about really quick for this space?
I think if it comes up, look for us on social media, follow us. I'm Level Up with Kristen on Instagram.
I'm the Mustard Mindset.
Hillary, you go.
Oh, Emerald Life Coaching.
And then this is Kylie, and this is Transformed Connections Coaching is where you can
Awesome.
find me.
Awesome.
All
Thank you,
right.
ladies.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
That's a wrap on this episode of Permission Slip Granted. We hope this conversation left you feeling inspired. If you love what you heard, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave us a review, and share this with someone who needs it. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Before you go today, we want to give you permission to give yourself grace, embrace your journey, and take up space because you belong here. Your support means the world, and together we're building a space where we all get to show up as our best selves. See you next time.